Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, December 23rd, 2021 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I nurture my purpose through the energy of responsibility. Woo! Okay, wowzers today. First of all, if you are not sleeping, I will remind you of the astro energies that I told you about. I think it was like last week. Just really strong mental energies pulsing us. That being said, we have some really strong energy being very activated today. We have the third of our Saturn-Uranus squares happening today. This is happening at 11 degrees, so it's a master degree, which means we are called into a deeper sense of mastery with this energy. And I will mention that the virus that shall not be named, every time we've had one of these squares over the last year, we've had a spike come through. And with this, I'm bringing this up not because fear, because we are working to shift out of that fear paradigm. We are working into empowerment. I'm mentioning it because I think so much of fear comes from the unknown and comes from thinking that we're spiraling out of control. I mean, we're on this spinning blue planet going how fast through space? We are already out of control. Control is not anything that we have any true concept of. However, despite our lack of control, there is a divine plan unfolding. And sometimes it's hard when, bad stuff happens to believe that it's part of the divine plan. However, I do believe that there's a plan unfolding. And even if we are taking detours through this plan, one of the things, I think it was at the beginning of this year, my friend Marcia, we do mystical musings on our Patreon pages, and this is one of the things that has stuck with me and is coming through so strongly for this square, that the universe has the ability to take the nefarious and use it for good. No matter what side you're on, no matter what you believe in this, even if you believe that there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there, the universe has the ability to take whatever we are doing, alchemize it and turn it into gold. And we can also use this as well, just a reminder. So keep that in mind through this. Now, as I was looking at this astro, the other thing that came up super strong was a quote by Socrates. The secret to change is not fighting the old, but rather building the new. And I feel like this square between Saturn and Uranus is kind of bringing through that energy. So Saturn can represent the old way of doing things. Now, to be fair, Saturn's in Aquarius, and Aquarius is about leveling up, rebellion, innovation, doing things a new way. Uranus is one of the rulers of Aquarius. So even though it's in Taurus, and Taurus resists the change, Uranus is there. So in both of these energies, there is the stickiness of like, oh my gosh, do it the way we've always done it. Let's be traditional about it. Let's not change. We have those energies in both of these squares, causing a little static, causing a little stickiness. And yet in these squares, we have Aquarius and we have Uranus. And Uranus and Aquarius aren't letting us down. Uranus and Aquarius are like, level up, level up, level up, level up. What's that Sierra song? It's that. It is that. We are in this evolution revolution. We choose in every moment whether we are fighting the old, focusing on the old, getting stuck in the old, or holding the vision for the new, working towards the vision in the new, aligning our energies for the vision in the new. Now with this square as well, when we have squares, we have like wanting to go to this one point, and yet we have, two different ways about going about it. We're seeing that in the world right now, right? We're seeing a lot of divide between how do we get to this point? What is this point? A place of peace, a place of unity, a place of health, right? And my feeling is in a square is a lot of times we do have to learn to listen to each other rather than try to divide. And so it's interesting because here we have, innovation over here in Aquarius. And then over here in Taurus, we have nature. And again, if you look at some of the sides going on, we can see how those energies may fit in. And again, this square at 11 degrees, which reminds us this requires mastery. So, with all this energy, you may feel very triggered. You may see a lot of things coming up that cause you to move into that fear energy. The reason why I said we're leaving behind fear, we are finishing up this North Node energy in Gemini and moving it into Taurus. So we're learning to connect to nature, learning to ground into the earth, learning to utilize nature to move forward. And the South Node is leaving Sagittarius and we'll be moving into Scorpio. And with the South Node in Scorpio, I feel like that's one of the paradigms that we're going to have to face and work on facing and releasing fear energy. So we are facing this, again, in this square energy, this master degree work. Again, for the day, it may feel fairly stimulating. You may feel very triggered. And especially if you're being triggered by one of the sides. What is the intent there, by this energy that is triggering you? Are you still triggered by the intent? Maybe not. All right, go a little deeper. Keep going through the layers until you can find where there is that connection. My teacher Kufu used to say, we are more similar than we are different. A lot of times our egos get caught up in showing how different we are, comparison. And yet the truth is all of us are that so much more similar than we are different. Now, speaking of the fear paradigm, we also have that coming up as Venus and Pluto realign, and we're called to empowerment through listening to our intuition. And part of listening to your intuition is recognizing that you have a path that you can listen to, that you can follow, and it may not be the same as everybody else's, and that is okay. And they may have a path that's not the same as yours, and that is okay as well. So many lessons in and through this energy. But all of us are being called to rise up. All of us are being called to level up in and through this. So I'm going to leave that there. Besides this, we have an overall quiet day. We have the moon in Leo, finishing up in Leo. In the evening, it will make a connection to Jupiter. Is it going to be Jupiter at 28 degrees or 29? Jupiter's almost at 29. It's like right on the edge of 28, 29 degrees. 29 degrees, which, let me look at this thing. I'm going to say it's going to be probably 29 degrees where it hits that Jupiter energy, just looking at this. It's right on the edge. I think it's 29 degrees, though. Anyway, Moon in Leo, opposite Jupiter. Why does the 29 degrees matter? Because it's another master degree. Our two transits today are master degrees. And this, again, is so important. Jupiter, holding the energy of vision. Master energy of vision. Reminding us, your vision. That's the change that we're working to create with vision. So, Jupiter, holding that energy, helping us, working on mastering that, letting go of all the outside noise and holding that vision. And then over here, the moon in Leo, reminding us to feel it with your heart. I have been saying this so much, but take the path of heart. We are being so encouraged into heart energy, into love energy at this time. Infuse your vision with your love. And do know that it makes a difference. And this doesn't mean you can't take action and align in other ways. However, feeding heart into your vision, feeding vision into your heart, that is just going to support this whole process unwinding. So let's look at some of these cards. Starting here, slowing down at the very top. take it easy. Take time to ground in, grind in a little if you need to. You know, you might have to dig your hole into the earth this time. I'm trying not to dig myself into a hole. I do have some really strong mental energies going on today. We got, let's see, these 3 cards. Really strong mental energy. Comparison card, again, everybody's path is not going to be the same, and what people are fighting for is not necessarily going to be the same, but maybe there's a reason for that. Again, holding the space that we don't know the whole plan unfolding, maybe there's a reason for that side, maybe there's a reason for this side, and maybe there's a place where these energies can come together. We've got the guilt card. It was in reverse, so try not to be in guilt. Really try to walk your path with integrity. Speaking of falling into the path of heart, the schizophrenia card, yes, we have these 2 sides we could pendulum between, but the wisdom of this card is falling into the center, falling into the clouds. And above all, at the top, we have receptivity. Can you be receptive to this divine plan, even though it is highly uncomfortable? Recognizing that building a new world is not necessarily easy, and it comes with a lot of challenges. But again, where are you being called to step up and hold space? So, leaving it there, you can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Gift certificates available. Your 2022 year ahead readings are available. Flip that a little bit. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.